guys, it's Angelo, and in today's video I just want to inform you all on why I swapped covenants with my priest, from previously being with the Necrolords to now being part of the Night Fae. The reasons for me switching covenants are actually much more straightforward than you may think, and I actually encourage all of you, as long as you main Shadow Priest and really want to be as competitive as you possibly can, to do so. Now before we start, if you wish to join the discussion about this with me, be sure to join me over on Twitch or join the Discord server with the link in the description box below. Alright, now with that being said, and without any further ado of course, let's go right ahead and have a look. Okay, so as most of you know by now, I started my journey into Shadowlands with the Necrolords. Shadow Priests were in the unique position of being able to essentially go with any covenant they chose, with all being somewhat competitive in different situations. This however has changed, since we now know that Mastery and Haste are our best stats to aim for and not Critical Strike. On top of this, the fights in Castle Nathia are getting shorter and shorter, and Mythic Plus becomes more thought through and traversed. With all of these factors in mind, the Night Fae have become quite an attractive option for Shadow Priests. A Soulbind that grants a ton of mastery, a Covenant ability that reduces the cooldown of your Void form significantly, and a huge buff to our mobility, the Night Fae provide us with an extended toolkit that is actually incredibly powerful, and on top of that fits the current meta very well. More Void forms during Castle Nathia bosses, paired with more mastery, means that being able to compete much more easily with other strong classes in Castle Nathia becomes much more easier as we bring powerful cooldown usage to the table at this point. Now, for those of you who haven't switched covenants yet, I want to talk a little bit about what it took for me to switch, how long it took, and so on. So, I switched at the beginning of this weekly reset, which was a Wednesday here in EU. In order not to lose the anima in my reservoir, I actually bought 6,000 anima worth of Covenant armor from the according Covenant vendor, switched covenants, and then, once I was in the heart of the forest, sold them all back to that Covenant vendor of the Night Fae. Once switching covenants, you'll get another quest where you will be asked to gather 1,000 anima, as well as jumping into the maw to gather 5 lost souls, independent of whether or not you've already done those quests during the week of your switch. After this, you can either progress chapter by chapter in your Covenant campaign, or you can farm any relevant content in order to get emblems of renown, rated arenas, rated battlegrounds, heroic dungeons, mythic dungeons, Covenant callings, and any difficulty of raids apart from I believe Raid Finder, but I'm not 100% sure if Raid Finder drops them or not. I basically spammed arena all day, with the odd heroic dungeon in between, and whenever I was able to progress within my Covenant campaign, I did so. Now when recording this video, I am back at Renown level 23, while Renown level 29 is the cap for this week. I haven't completed my Covenant campaign yet, so I can still catch up by a little this week and will be completely caught up by next week by the latest. This did not require me to invest crazy amounts of time into the game. All it took was basically just playing the game like I would normally, doing my weekly conquest cap, clearing heroic Castle Nathia, raiding mythic on stream with you guys, or rather while you guys were able to watch, and doing a couple of raided battlegrounds. That's really it. And this brings us to the final question of this video, and that is, should you switch covenants? The honest answer here is yes. If you think about upcoming patches within Shadowlands, more incoming stats, and simply more powerful characters, it becomes much more plausible to make the switch to the Night Fae now, having a lower cooldown on Void form and more mastery to play around with, rather than doing that later. I checked some current and former logs of my own performance on stream, and I was able to identify that I did gain just shy of about 350 damage per second, with the same item level and basically the same gear, the same amount of conduits, but only by just, well, switching covenants. You will feel that the Covenant switch being much more defined in Mythic Plus and dungeons in general, where you will essentially have Void form up for every trash pack, whereas while in raids you will notice that you will have a Void form for various different boss phases, where you previously just wouldn't have one ready. Just think about Lady Enerva Darkvein, where you will basically have a Void form ready whenever the ads spawn. Be sure to let me know what you think though. Have you already switched? Are you planning on it? Well, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And now with that being said, of course, thank you all so much for watching. I will also be posting a video about how to specifically use the Night Fae Covenant ability for those of you who were asking, and that should be coming out either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you wish to stay updated on my content, then feel free to subscribe. A special thanks as always to all of my supporters over on Patreon, all of the subs over here on Twitch, or rather over there on Twitch, and all donations coming in. You guys are awesome. Now, have a good one, my friends. Enjoy switching over to the Night Fae Covenant if you so please, and I will see you all in the next one.